My G Fuel is leaking. Damn. That's one thing you don't want with your G Fuel, is leakage. Wait a second. Goddamn leakage. How dare you? Yes, I will do that. I might be getting a technology to do it for me soon. Imagine that. In the future, I will have a little dial and I will be able to just whoosh and change it so it's loud. But yeah, if it's going to be quiet or anything, do let me know, guys. Do let me know. And exciting things, we're going to have exclusive emotes as well, which is going to be good. Some of your favorites going to come back. There's going to be Scarf, 3 points to Charisma, and other stuff, so it's going to be cool. Hello, G-Rex. Let's see. Sorry, guys, if I'm quite at any point, you know, I am getting used to some new stuff, so let's see. Right. I think, you know, what we can do is we can start a little video, can we? Let's start. Let's have a wee look.
What up, boys? So, it's rare that we branch out and cover something that's actually relevant, but unfortunately, we must step out of our cave of degenerate filth because some unexpected news just came out for the future of Guild Wars 2.
Oh no.
An MMORPG I care about very much and occasionally cover major updates and changes to its direction. Today, I want to discuss the sudden announcement in their roadmap, highlighting the interesting new direction of their release cadence, because if you're anything like me and you just drop in and out of Guild Wars 2 when new content is released, this news may seem kind of sudden. And you know,
damn.
I'm not sure if this is the rumblings of financial struggles for NCSoft and ArenaNet. But before we get to that, our patrons and I would love for you to grab yourself a Cola, because Guild Wars 2 delivers its content in a very unique way compared to what we're used to in other currently popular MMOs. This form of content delivery hasn't been without its controversy, and it seems ArenaNet are finally, after 10 years, moving away from this format and trying something new to usher in the
Though N+1 TH YouTuber, first YouTuber, I don't know what that means, my friend. Don't know what that means. But if he's taking BS, we will find out. And we will know. And we will get angry. Don't worry.
Is this a sign of maintenance mode setting in before ArenaNet move on to a new project? These are just two of the topics we'll be tackling today, and you never know, maybe I'll even convince you to give this much beloved MMORPG a try if you haven't already. After all, I'm sure a fair few of you who click this video are waiting for a game that quite literally doesn't exist. Now, with all that bollocks out of the way, so obviously we'll start the video with the actual news. I'm sure a history lesson on a game you probably don't have an unhealthy attachment to like I do isn't why you click this video, nor is it the goal of whatever clickbait I used. The news comes in the form of their February 2023 studio update and very quickly highlights the problems with content delivery in the current iteration of this game. They acknowledge that the end of the Elder Dragon saga, which evidently started 20 years ago if you can believe that, was the perfect time to usher in some changes, and rightly so. Anytime an important story thread is concluded, that is the perfect time to implement changes, so ArenaNet are definitely on the right track here. They state very clearly in the newsletter that the changes coming to the near future have two goals. They want to deliver content in a more timely and consistent manner, which has never really been a problem for Guild Wars 2 in my opinion, even with that living world story format. But more importantly, they want to provide better support for the diverse types of content available in this MMORPG. The core systems are going to be a major focus going forward, implementing some more, not that it needs it, quality of life features. Guild Wars 2 already bends over backwards to make your experience as easy and smooth as possible. However, they claim a few of them need a little bit of love.
Honestly, trying a lot of MMOs, which that was the whole purpose of the channel, of this channel, and for a while, was to just try new things, and then it ended up being focused on Guild Wars, because that game really grabbed me, because It doesn't have barriers as much as other games. Some of them we found out, like Lord of the Rings.
main way
So,
that they're
you know.
focusing on this is to change the structure of their development resources, and this is something I want to focus on towards the end of the video, because this statement makes me feel like this change is more NCSoft focused than it is actually ArenaNet. NCSoft being the corporate publisher of this game and have caused a lot of grief throughout the history of the Guild Wars franchise and the whole MMORPG genre. Now, what this means for us as players is that Living World has now been discontinued and replaced with smaller, more frequent paid expansions that will be updated quarterly with free updates for anyone who owns these future cheaper expansions.
That is good. That is very good. Let me just have a wee look. So, our future expansion for Guild Wars 2 will be the backbone of this new approach. Rather than launching an expansion every 2 or 4 years with a season of Living World between, we are releasing smaller expansions more frequently. This is brilliant. So, you guys already told me about this, but I am completely down for that. So yeah, I'm completely down for that. Major factors that Guild Wars 2 won't slow down your living over time. If I understand you correctly, I agree. But yeah, that is something I am completely on board with. Again, I understand why they were going for the you know, the living world thing, but that's not the content I would buy into. So I'm definitely down for the expansion. Once I get to the expansions, I'm definitely going to be down to buy more of them. If they are as quality as you guys say.
Quarterly with free updates for anyone who owns these future cheaper expansions. This evidently means that the next major update for the game that advances the story is only a few weeks away and is available to everyone for free who currently own the latest End of Dragons expansion. In addition to this, they also highlighted the plans for these expansion updates and what they will contain in terms of content, stating that they will...
Hello, Biter. Hello, my friend. And okay, so I have the first season for free. Awesome. That's good to know.
We'll have only
I'll check it out.
2 new maps with 2 new strike missions, or this game's equivalent of raids, the usual combat and mastery additions, and of course a bunch of new rewards for completing it, with the following free quarterly updates, adding more maps, challenge mode for current content, and new dungeons. Overall, it seems like a positive change that won't be disrupting the current flow and likely means more content in general. They continued by explaining the plans for the near future, announcing that End of Dragons' free quarterly update is coming on February 28th with a new map and a familiar foe. It seems like we're going to be returning to the deep and fighting Kanaxai, an iconic endgame boss at the end of an elite mission in Guild Wars 1.
So guys, how long do you think it's gonna get for me to get to this guy? 3 years, 5 years? What's your bet? In the current state of things, how quickly I am leveling up. I am Yeah. Like, again, I don't mind per se, but like we're level 40 or something, 45, and I believe we're level 45 with our beautiful Flapjack, and I think we have been doing this for, I would say, I think it's around 20 hours. Yeah, easily 300 to 400 hours. Yeah, that sounds correct. Let me just have a look. I'm gonna have a look at Steam. We'll know. We'll find out. So I played 25 hours. So almost 26 hours. 26 hours, 45 levels. Yeah, I actually do know about this one. You know, I'm not a noob anymore, guys. Well, I am a noob, but I'm not as big of a noob anymore. So I know about this one, but I check on Steam. I just spent around 26 hours in the game. Let's say 3 hours of that were with the purple guy. So yeah, it's not too bad. To be fair, the leveling experience was much quicker than with World of Warcraft. Whenever I was like in World of Warcraft, I'm probably like 40 hours in, and I'm like level 40 something. With the current main characters, not counting the Flapjack, the original Flapjack. So, you know.
course, but from the screenshot shown, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Later down the line, this map will be expanded upon with meta events, world bosses, and will lay the foundations for the future releases of this MMORPG. But what caused this? Why the sudden change? Well, as a long-term player of this franchise, I've been suspecting this for a while. So let's discuss this next. 2022 for Guild Wars.
Does he actually put in Pepe? Like, does he actually use Pepe in his thing? I don't watch this guy, so... okay.
Was extremely positive. The game is thriving more than ever with announcements of an all-time high player base, releasing their third expansion.
I am aware, GRX. I prefer to buy it through Steam. The main reason why, it's easier for me to play it on Steam Deck. And I have it installed on my Steam Deck, so my purple guy, I'm playing that on the couch if I can. Though recently don't have time, but once I do find some more time, I will definitely be playing that on the couch and stuff. So I am down to buying all of it on Steam. I don't mind.
And winning multiple awards like Best MMO, Best Player Choice, and Best Studio, because surely websites like PC Gamer are legit and trustworthy, right? My personal experience with Guild Wars 2 in 2022 was very mediocre, with the release of End of Dragons really being the end of an era for me. The main storyline of the game was concluded pretty much, and I'm not a believer of dragging out a franchise's story just for the sake of it. World of Warcraft also suffered from this, and I believe it's one of the core reasons why people simply lost interest in that game. In my opinion, Pandaland should never have existed, and Cataclysm should have ushered in the next game, having Blizzard in their prime, bringing WoW into the modern era instead of milking the franchise with low-effort story threads that destroyed important lore characters who meant a lot to players. Fortunately,
I don't know about the important characters bit, because who cares about the story of World of Warcraft? But I do believe that every game needs the Cataclysm kind of thing. And it has to come after a certain time, has to go into the modern era, and it is easier to just go poof, destroy everything and restart than I think tack on new stuff onto the old game. And I don't necessarily have an issue with the Guild Wars at the moment with the fact that, you know, they tack on lots of stuff, like, but it is a little bit jarring, for example, in the story when it's a completely different map than it was previously. And it's going to be like this. If they continue updating this game, that's what's going to be more and more. It's going to be more jarring. The story will be more and more detached from what is actually happening in the world. That's why, again, I talked about this previously. I think sometimes having like a Guild Wars 2 Classic and then having Guild Wars Modern might be a good idea, or Guild Wars 3. That's sometimes a good idea, just to start a new thing. Especially that now
Guild Wars 2
they actually are. I feel Guild Wars 2 has gotten like a second like breath of life in with the release on Steam. I've seen so much more people. Like, that's one of the reasons why I tried it, because I've seen so much more people talking about this. I'm like, it does look good, actually.
has kept most of their important characters intact, exploiting them rarely to tap into their nostalgic emotions. After all, it's hard to use characters who were alive 250 years ago, unless it genuinely makes sense. Enter Palawa Joko, an undead lich who played a major role in Guild Wars 1's second expansion, Nightfall. And as Guild Wars 2's second expansion also ventured into that same location from Nightfall, Palawa was reintroduced in a way that makes sense with the lore and was not shoehorned in at all. It gripped me, not just because of the nostalgic ties, but also because Joko is a very interesting grey character, sowing chaos across Tyria for his own advance, allying with us in the first game and then seeing the result.
Is this Joko? Is this the one that you love so much? Is he your undead king? I'm not gonna lie, a sexy beast. A sexy beast. Not gonna lie. And yeah, the thing with story in Guild Wars 2 is that there is an overarching narrative throughout the past 10 years. That's cool, but that makes the, like, for example, you wanted to buy the expansion a little more jarring. And I think that's also does hinder their monetization like capabilities, because again, one of the reasons why I haven't bought expansions is the fact that I'm just doing the story now. I'm like, I buy an expansion, that's cool, but I'm not gonna get to the part of the expansion in a bit. You know, especially that maybe there will be features that I would be loving in the expansions, even in the base in the game I'm playing at the moment. You know, I'll get the mount and all that stuff. But at the same time, when I think of expansion, I'm thinking of expanding on the story and everything, new lands and stuff, which I can't get into right now or don't want to get into because I am playing the current story. So it's kind of like this weird like cycle that I love the story, but the story is stopping me from buying into the game more because I'm trying to do the first story first. So that's something interesting to think about.
The result of that alliance in the second one was truly amazing. Because of his ancient ties and immortality, he knows things about the world that we don't, and this was implied a lot throughout the story and made my ballsack tingle at the potential lore that we could learn from him. It was beautifully crafted and genuinely feels like they did the character justice.
That's Kim Jong Joko then, yeah.
Until Aureen appeared, the dragon who becomes the star of the show and fixes everyone's problems with her.
I would presume there's a lot of spoilers, but I'm not going to remember them, so it's fine.
Almighty magic. Unfortunately, they did something to Palawa Joko right in the middle of a cutscene I was jerking myself off to, basking in his prime, highlighting his cunning and malice to outwit his opponent rather than brute forcing his way to victory with his very powerful undead army, solidifying Palawa as a true Joker type character who still lives up to his name all these years later. However, in that cutscene, when he had us at his...
Yeah, actually, Victor, I completely get you. You know, it's definitely more harder for you to think this way because you're kind of been with this game for so long. I'm looking at this as like a maybe you know it's a good different perspective here because I'm looking as a new player, and for me this is like it is a little bit jarring to me. And that this is a little bit scary that there's so much. So it's that's I think what the problem is with any live service games or any games that run for a long period of time is like how do you balance new players' experience and old players' experience and still make it good, you know? Lots of games struggle with that. That's why World of Warcraft starts falling a little bit for many people at one point. It's because of that. So, you know, completely get that. Honestly, I have no clue what World of Warcraft story is. But the thing about World of Warcraft, I think the story is so secondary that it doesn't really matter too much. With this, the story is so good that I want to play it. And I want to love it, and I want to experience all of it, and that's another problem. Is like I love the characters, I love the story, I love the world. I don't want to skip. That's why lots of people actually bought the new Dragonflight DLC for or the new expansion for World of Warcraft, and they just bought a skip. You know the boost for their character just to skip to that level where you can just play the Dragonflight thing. When I wouldn't feel right doing this way and with this game because the story is too good. You could use some Guild Wars story recap. Then yeah, well, I want to play Guild Wars 1 to be fair. So I would really want to use that. I would really want to play that. So, it would be cool. But who knows? Maybe I should watch a little video about that. And how far are you into Guild Wars 2 currently? How far are we? So with my character, I'm level 45 in Char story, and I'm the schooler person. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm 26 hours in roughly. 45 level 45. Yeah, exactly. Marmasti knows better. Ask him. Yeah. So I just joined the Priory, and I'm doing with as we call her, fruit mommy. We're doing stuff. Don't even ask what that means, but we're excavating dwarven ruins right now. It was very fun.
his mercy, making us question our existence, implying that the things we had done to the world made us the biggest threat to the planet, and he was the hero for ending our reign. Right in the middle of that monologue, making me question the things that we'd done, Joko was suddenly deleted from the story in one of the most unjustified ways I've ever witnessed.
I do know that, my friend. I do know that the living worlds are locked behind the paywall. Done a video about that. Some people weren't happy about it. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Yeah, people said they were good. Apparently I get the first like season of that for free, so I might try them out and see if it's good. We shall see. Apparently there's an option to buy them directly from Steam. And if that is the case, sorry, I'm just looking at Steam. If that is the case, I might be into that. Let's see. So there is the Guild Wars Heart of Thrones and Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire. Let me just share that with you guys. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna open it here. So. Guild Wars 2 Steam. Let's have a look. Avoiding microtransactions is always my goal, so I do like that. Let's have a look. So you can do complete collections. That is a little bit pricey, mate. I'm gonna lie. But you can get the living world for $34.99. Oh, but is it only in this pack, or can you get it separately as well? Let's see. Browse all DLC. Browse all the DLC. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you have to buy this. Like, I will. Yeah, like 86 quid is a little bit expensive, but if it's on a sale and it's like 40 quid, even 50, I will be tempted because, I like this game, so I'll be down with that. Like 60 quid, 50 quid, 60. I will be looking into this. Yeah, so I definitely want to do that, but as I say, it's one of those things where I'm just like thinking, why would I buy it right now when I'm doing the story in chronologically anyway? Okay, so that's $35. Okay, but I'm not gonna use the microtransactions in any way, so that's one thing. And it doesn't seem they sell they're not selling the living worlds separately. You have to buy them in collection, so that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I have a lot of time to decide. Oh, Guild Wars Trilogy? Were there 3 games? There's like factions or something? Well, what's that? I'm not gonna look into this right now, but yeah, we have plenty of time. I'm level 45. What's the cap level? Is 80 or something? I think it's 80, isn't it? Yeah. So we're just a little bit over halfway to the max level. Yeah, and then there's masteries and all that stuff. Plus, we have multiple characters. We have the Mushroom God, and we have the Pink Goldar, aka Flapjack. So, and probably we're gonna have the Azura mechanic thing, engineer at some point. It has 3 campaigns, each of them playable on its own. That's why the collection is called Trilogy. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, so we're gonna do Guild Wars 1 at some point, but we shall see when. All right, let's see what
it
else
was
he has
even
to say.
worse than a few of Blizzard's story decisions, and from that moment, I could see the direction that they were taking the franchise's story. A shallow, Mary Sue character pushing her fix-it-all solutions to everything that stands in our way, and from that moment, I felt like Guild Wars 2's story was doomed. The follow-up episode had a decent conclusion, I guess, and so did the next expansion-ish. However, it didn't even remotely hold a candle to previous story threads from over 10 years ago, and it felt like the franchise, its lore, and its believability was quickly losing its magic, ironically in-game and in real life. But why did this happen? Well, all the way back during Heart of Thorns, ArenaNet has suffered from layoffs forced by their parent publisher NCSoft, and I fear this is one of the major reasons why the story went down this route, throwing old, important, and interesting characters aside to make way for new, shallow Mary Sues that are the result.
Is this the destruction of the city that we were looking at last time? Or, well, you were telling me. So this is the old city being destroyed, and then I'm in the new city. That's what it is.
To make way for new.
So just like Stephen King, great starts, great concepts, terrible finishes.
Shallow Mary Sues that are the result of talentless, safe, self-insert characters that appeal to a certain type of consumer. Going back to the current story delivery.
Just one thing about this guy. I don't think I like this guy. I'm not gonna lie.
And comparing it to this.
Don't worry though. My brain is not capable of remembering story bits, so I am not paying attention to what's happening in the story at all with this, like in this video. So don't worry, I'll remember nothing about this.
New one. Personally, I rather enjoyed Living World as content delivery because it provided free maps.
Boo.
Updates to the game for players who were actively playing at the time. People like myself. All you had to do was log into the game once during the current episode, and you got the free content for free forever. In my opinion,
but it contained FOMO, which I'm not sure if I'm into.
Living World was also extremely high quality, most of the time wiping the floor with the competition.
That looks very Skyrim-ish, doesn't it?
From our other currently popular MMOs,
Skyrim.
And at a shockingly fast pace. Only
that was cool. 2 seconds.
From our other currently popular MMOs and at a shockingly fast pace.
I like this. I like this set, whatever this is. It looks cool.
Only 2 weeks between them in some of the early releases, moving over to a couple of months as they found the right cadence and quality for them. That's why I remained glued to Guild Wars 2 for so long. I've clocked 10k hours into this game and have been deeply in love with the gameplay mechanics and lore throughout my whole time online. I thought Guild Wars 1, although primitive in mechanics, was extremely rich in lore and gameplay and still stands strong today. However, Living World has a major downside to it that makes the entry to this game extremely off-putting and costly. This is where the controversy of Living World comes in, because it's not reasonable to expect everyone to have been there all throughout the 10 years of this game's life, and if you weren't present during the release of said episode, either because you were enjoying other games or you simply had real-life commitments, you had to purchase the episode for real money or convert in-game gold to gems and purchase it that way. It was a very FOMO tactic, in my opinion, a fear of missing out tactic that kind of forced players to keep the game in the back of their mind, and if they didn't, they suffered for it. Unfortunately, if you weren't willing to drop the extra money for the 4k gems necessary to buy all Living World seasons, it made your experience going through the story very disconnected and gated, because it wasn't ideal to be skipping Living World seasons before jumping into the next expansion. The story threads
From what you guys saying about Heart of Thorns, it does sound like it's the Wrath of Lich King of Guild Wars. It's just universally praised, it seems. I'm excited to kind of look at this. Yeah, I am getting excited about this because I've just heard good things about this.
Into one another, and you lose a lot of context if you don't play the seasons in order before you play the expansions themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, ArenaNet did try to help players by offering 50% off packs that give you enough gems to purchase all Living World stories, but
gems.
That's besides the point, because they simply don't explain it very well, and it is confusing for new players. It doesn't sound very good or appealing to new players when you say, yeah, by the way, this supposed free-to-play MMO actually costs you $70 if you want to play beyond the base game. On top of that, Season 1 was not available.
Well, I think if you are like, this is going to be completely free, there's nothing to buy in this game, and you're stupid, let's be honest. I don't think anyone thinks like this. Like if you play a free to play game, you know that at least the expansions or something will be paid. There's no free games. Unless it's like, it's one of those games where it's like an online multiplayer game. You can play the maps like Fortnite. You can play all that for free, but you need to buy like cosmetics if you want to look cool. But I don't think anyone plays a free to play MMO is like, this is gonna be 100% free. I'm gonna spend 1,000 hours and I'm not gonna feel like I should spend money on this one. Damn, and I'm struggling right now. Like I thought the base game at the beginning was super easy, but I'm keep dying. But it's probably just me being a noob. I am getting a little bit better at looking at actually what my skills are and stuff. So hopefully that will help. Huge ramp up in difficulty. We might have to have a really close look at those guides for the Guardian, because if it's gonna be super hard, it's like, damn. Yeah, we need to get like, like 80s montage thing coming. It'll be me and some of you guys. You're like, push it to the limit, past the point of no return. We're gonna be training on the top of the mountains. We need to do that, guys, because damn, I'm getting a little bit slaughtered at some of the missions. I just don't pay attention to it. That's the problem. I don't pay attention to what the skills actually do. I never do. I don't know why. I just goes over my head. But we need to do that. We need to focus before the expansion.
For the first 9 years of this game, and only recently became free-to-play for everyone who does own the base game now. Sadly, I feel like ArenaNet had a great idea with Living World, but because of the teething problems, the focus on FOMO, likely pushed by NCSoft, and the lack of marketing, it hurt the game's long-term health and put a lot of potential players off for many, many reasons. I fear this new change is one that is NCSoft focused, as Guild Wars 2 is no longer making them acceptable revenue. If you look at quarterly reports for NCSoft, although Guild Wars 2 is making considerable profit,
So like mobile games. Why would even anyone look at mobile games? It's such a huge market. It's stupid. Right. I don't know even lineages on PC. Right. Aeon. Is that actually the competition of Guild Wars? Aren't those all like Korean MMORPGs that earn like billions in microtransactions? Guild Wars 2, am I wrong saying Guild Wars is a Western game? Like why is it like compared to this one? Oh, it's a publisher's game. Okay, that makes a bit more sense, because it didn't make sense to me. Is like, why isn't it even compared? Let's see. It's weird. Well, now you don't have a build. Yeah, I need a build. I need to get myself a build and good gear. Actually went into hot with raiding gear doing 35k DPS and I got murdered. Damn, dude. I don't have any confidence now. It's a NCSoft. Let's have a look. NCSoft. Okay. Okay, then now it makes a little bit more sense. But at the same time, you can't compare a Western game to like a Asian MMO, because it's a different audiences. They spend so much money in these games, and the fact that now I understand what's compared to the mobile games as well, because those are huge in Asia. So like Lineage 2 and stuff. Like, again, look at those numbers. Those are like puny numbers as well. For a mobile game. Mobile games are super popular because everyone has a phone. Shocking. Is Lineage any good? Because I'm going to be honest, I do want a mobile MMO to be good, but like the ones I played Black Desert Online, and that one was just, it like played itself. Ion, and I heard good things about that one. Isn't Ion the one that you fly in, or am I crazy? The one that you can like have wings and stuff. We might try this game out as well as on new MMO Wednesdays someday, because I heard good things about this one. Well, there is a huge mobile market for MMOs, but all of those MMOs are very like they play themselves, and that's the problem. Yeah, that's what they are. They're click here to outrun, and like I even tried to play Black Desert, just like actually playing it. It doesn't allow you because it's just like it triggers the auto thing, and I think Josh Straff Hayes done a video on this on one of those games where he literally did turn it on and it just beat itself. So, and yeah, I'm happy that MMOs are going to consoles, and that will make them more popular. And the fact that big like console manufacturers are now like Sony are looking into making MMOs, like Horizon MMO RPG will be very big, and it will be actually a big thing for MMO genre because it will open it up to a bigger audience. Because if it's Horizon and PlayStation exclusive game, damn, people will be all over that. And I'm thinking, what if they do Last of Us MMO? They're doing the Last of Us something Wars, whatever. They're making like an online game, but what if that is like has MMO elements? From what I understand, that's what they're looking for. Damn, that can change the way people look at MMOs, which is a good thing. RuneScape is on mobile if you want to really. Yeah, I know. That's a good thing. Like RuneScape is, I think, the only good one on mobile at the moment, like only a proper one. Albion is there as well, but you know what I think about Albion. OSRS, what's that? OSRS. I'm gonna Google that. Hopefully, nothing evil comes up. OSRS. OSRS. Oh, old school. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Any short terms for anything. I never played normal RuneScape. Like RuneScape 3. Is RuneScape 3 good? Like RuneScape 3. It looks decent. Like the art style looks decent. No, I think both of them are there. Pretty sure the both are on mobile now.
Pales in comparison to their mobile and pay-to-win games, and because of the corporate mentality, they've no doubt forced ArenaNet to make changes that increase their income with more frequently paid content. Remember, we also have the recently rumored Horizon MMO project ArenaNet are working on, and then Throne and Liberty is due to release within the first half of this year. Both games that are probably going to be highly monetized and are very much a focus for NCSoft right now. But do we, as
so
players,
NCSoft is making the Horizon game? That's interesting.
Do we now get less content? No. I think this probably means the opposite. We'll be getting faster, more quality content. However, that will come at a set price of whatever they decide for these smaller expansions. And in my opinion, if you want to support a passionate development team, possibly the only one left here in the MMORPG genre, being strangled by...
I think there are some people there's some developers in MMO genre that are still passionate. I think that's a little bit short-sighted.
A large corporate entity, Guild Wars 2 and ArenaNet are very much worth your time and your money.
I agree.
But as usual, I am just
agree they would be
for a good
worth
MMO,
my money.
and my opinion means nothing without yours in the comments.
There's no offense to this guy, no offense to Narc. I know that he does stuff. I'm gonna subscribe because it was an interesting video, but no offense, dude. I do believe this was a bit of a like non-opinion thing, but it's good to give us some stuff, like some kind of news stuff. I'm done with that, but again, there wasn't really opinion there. Right, what else should we watch? I was thinking of watching this difficulty in games in Guild Wars 2. Greatest flaw. Should we watch this? Do you want to watch this, guys? Let's see. All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at. I have all array of new features now that I'm an affiliate, but I don't know what that is. Why speed up? Because when people are at one-time speed, they speak way too slow.
Because this is honestly a great example here. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to get chess here, right? I'm going to get, like, the board. Let's actually go ahead and get a chessboard. So, let's turn the music down a little bit here, because this is honestly this is actually a very good example. So, let's take a look at the game of chess, right? In a game of chess, it's turn-based, right? So you have around, well, occasionally you might have up to 4 minutes, or even, like, 10.
Look at his inventory. Let's have a look.
Chessboard.
Come on, where's his inventory?
I'll tell you what.
Damn, dude.
I'm actually going to get chess.
That was clattered,
right?
like.
I'm gonna get, like.
Let's be honest.
Let's go ahead and get a chessboard. So.
Mate, if there was a speed up button and a customer service, my life would be happy. Like, it would be good. My life would be amazing. Imagine, like, if you could just speed up, like, the job. I would just go, like, 4 times speed. Just get through everyone. That'd be so good.
Turn the music down a little bit here, because
this
is honestly super. This is actually.
I haven't really listened much to him,
let's
so.
take a look at the game of chess.
Let's have a look.
In a game of chess, it's turn-based, right? So
I like overall. I like him. I liked his. We watch all of his, Fashion Wars videos, and he seems like a cool dude. But I never really listened much to him, like other of his videos.
You have around, well, occasionally you might have up to 4 minutes, or even, like, 10 minutes to make a move. If you look at the real pro level, players will often take, multiple minutes to consider one move. Okay. In Guild Wars 2, you have to make, maybe like a few moves a second.
Unless you do a speed chess run.
And make decision making immediately. You have to react, right? So there's the comparison there. In that sense, Guild Wars 2 is far harder than chess. So that's like one level. Guild Wars 2 is far harder than chess in that regard. Okay. Now, mechanics. Let's talk about mechanics and information. When I'm looking at the board here,
I do always like that someone's level-headed and doesn't just blindly hate. Overall, I think Guild Wars community is very level-headed compared to a lot of different communities I have interacted with. The fact is that I've done a lot of critique of a lot of games, and a lot of communities just don't take any critique at all. And you know what, Vider? I think that is one of the reasons why I haven't really looked into him too much. And that's why I don't really watch a lot of like World of Warcraft YouTubers. I didn't watch a lot of them because they just go too deep. I'm like, dude, they go like details raid gear and do some like talk so much in depth for like about the gameplay, and I'm like, dude, I'm just walking around and enjoying myself, you know. So yeah, Guild Wars 2 community is definitely nice. I haven't seen the nasty parts within the community yet, but if they are there, they're hidden quite well. I'm not gonna lie. See, he's the hero we need, you know. Helping scrubs like ourselves go to the end game. Love it, love it. And he watches BBC iPlayer. What does he watch BBC iPlayer for? See? BBC iPlayer. Do we think he's watching Doctor Who? Is he cool? Is he cool? Who knows? And toxic part mostly is PvP. PvP is always toxic. Let's be honest.
I can see my opponent's pieces. In Guild Wars 2, I can't see my opponent's build.
British people don't like BBC. I tell you this. BBC sucks. Donkey balls. Only thing you want to watch on BBC should be Doctor Who. If you watch for anything else, you know, don't respect you. I never in my life played an MMO or like a PvP mode in an MMO. Never. And I just don't know even where I would start with this one. I can't, like, I'm such a noob when it comes to PvP and MMOs. I can't even, like, conceptualize how it plays. I understand, you have the same mechanics, but how do you determine PvP? It's weird. It's weird. One thing I would say that I always find weird in MMOs, why don't all MMOs have MMORPG modes? MMORPG. What I'm saying, MMOs have like MOBA modes, like like League of Legends. Because like when I was playing World of Warcraft, I thought like this would work in like a League of Legends style thing. Is that what the PvP is in MMOs? I don't think it is, but I think that would be amazing. Like every MMO should have a MOBA mode. It just would work naturally together. $13 years of PvP. Damn. Well, MOBA genre happened thanks to wasn't it like it was in Warcraft or Starcraft mode, wasn't it? So yeah, it is definitely combined, but it's related in some way. But I don't believe like World of Warcraft has like a MOBA mode, and I think that'd be awesome. I would play Warcraft MOBA. That'd be awesome. Exactly. Why is Blizzard not making just a Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, even just a Warcraft MOBA? League is good. I like League. I haven't played too much of it. Like, you think I'm a noob in Guild Wars? Just let me play League of Legends. I might play it for you one time, so you just can just like sit down and cry at how noobish I am. But we watched a minute of this. Let's.
I can't see my opponent's cooldowns. I can't see how many dodges they have left. They can move in 3 dimensions anywhere they want. They have loads of abilities. There's 9.
Well done, Mermaster. I'm happy you got cured. How many years? How many years are you free from LOL curse? Gear X, let's do it. Let's do it.
Different classes.
We need to set that up.
With 18 elite specializations that they can choose from. It's far, again, chess is far easier than Guild Wars 2 on that mechanical level, right? Let's talk about, and then, like,
how many seasons are there, though?
Mechanics, right? The pawns can move forwards, right? And they can...
7,000. Oh my god. Gear X, you're crazy. You know what my problem... we're never going to finish this video, but you know what my problem is with League of Legends? I want to love it. It's one of the most beautifully looking game in history of the world. It's like I love the art style. I love the characters. I love the world. I love everything about this. But like the gameplay just doesn't sit with me. I don't know. I want to like it, but it's just, I don't know, the gameplay. There's something about this. Like something, it's so slow and stuff. And there's so much to learn, and I just get confused and scared. And like I don't like reading stuff whenever it comes to tutorials and stuff. It's not a good thing combined with a MOBA, unfortunately. Yeah, I heard it's very toxic, mate. You know what, GRX and Murmiasti, we're proud of both of you. Like, everyone clap in the chat, please. For the 2 heroes that have beat the addiction. Well done, guys. Well done.
Take pieces. They can take pieces as well, of course, diagonally. The queen can go do anything she wants. The bishops can go diagonally. The horses do like a little L shape, right? And, the rooks can go in a straight line, right? The king is slow and fat because, he ate too much, right? All that kind of good stuff. Again, the rules are very simple, right? Like, you can beat any chess computer because chess is harder. No, that is not what I said, okay? And that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the game's mechanics, right? Chess's mechanics are simpler and easier. And by the way, guys, I am not roasting chess. I'm saying the opposite. Simplicity in a game is beautiful. Chess is a very simple...
Mobile Legends So you mean like the League of Legends Rift? Is that good?
Simple game. Okay? It is simple. It is slow-paced. It is strategic. The difficulty in chess is from your opponent, right? It is from the strategy. It is from, thinking 5, 10 moves into the future about deceiving your opponent and tricking them, making them not see something. Okay? Is where it's from. In guild chess used under time constraint, yeah, like hours, right? Dude, look, okay,
Unless it's speed chess again.
Me and Mello 1v1 each other right now, and I go, Mello, grasping dead, right? And then I use my Scepter 2. Mello does not have like 5
Okay, I might have to check that out.
And then Mello go, ooh, me dodge, right? Okay, I've only got 1 dodge left, right? And then I go, aha, you dodged, but oh wait, I had my shade there, shade, right? And then we have to wait another 3 minutes to do another move. That's just not how it works, guys, right? That's not it is. You never heard of bullet? Even bullet chess, right? Don't you have bullet chess is very, very fast, and yeah, that is much more mechanically. That's much more mechanically difficult, right? I completely agree. Like bullet chess is super intense, but that isn't how most people play chess, guys. Most people play chess with long turn times, right? If you look at chess.com, right, it's going to be like like a minute per turn, maybe like.
He said nothing so far with 5 minutes in.
Turn there as well, right?
Oh, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, thank you. Like Grabskis, I think I am making myself clear because Grabskis is exactly understanding what I'm saying here, right? Like chess is a beautifully simple game, right? With a lot of there's a very like low barrier to entry into learning chess. Mastering it, that is another thing entirely. And actually, what we're going to go ahead and do, guys, I'm going to go on Paint, right? So if we look at the let's go ahead and go on Paint, right? So for chess, right? Let's go ahead and do right. Let's go ahead and do. I want some text. Okay, we'll just write actually. Say, wait, what? Let me write. Wait, what? Understanding the game is around here, right? Mastering the game is savage, right? It is extremely difficult to be very good at chess. So this is the floor, right? Oh god, that's terrible handwriting, but there you go. Floor, and this is the ceiling. Okay, finish that E there, right? It's very hard, right, to be good at chess. You have to be a massive 5-head, right, to be very good at chess, right? Now the issue is that with Guild Wars 2. Right? The skill floor is actually around here. Right? Okay?
Okay. So PvP is difficult because you have less time. Okay. I think I got the gist of his video. Okay. Right. That sounds like a good idea. Just rough haze. Do you guys have any video?
Think of the last
video suggestions? Yeah, I mean, dude was talking on a stream, probably very long one. It's hard to sometimes compose your thoughts, but I think I get what he's saying. Chess, like chess are simple, so it's simple to grasp the basics, so you can just play normally for hours. Guild Wars 2 is more complex from the get go. I know that's that Guild Wars 2 greatest flaw, to be fair, but all good. Let's see. Best options for every setting in Guild Wars 2. See, you both guys, I trust you. So see, I didn't even open this in a separate window off screen. I trust you guys that much. Let's see. But griffins can't fly? Can they not? Obviously, it's not copyrighted music. Sorry guys, but I actually do need to. I hope it's not. Sup. Geronimi, we were watching videos, and we're still watching videos. If you have any video suggestions, do link it, please. When will I be able to get one of those? This is cool. Da. Daps all day, people. Damn, your master. Get with the times. Everybody has a griffin these days. And I'm not gonna lie, this is cool, but I'm afraid of the copyright strike, so I am going to just scroll through this. Let me turn it down a little bit, and I'm gonna talk a lot. But this is very cool. So, is it actually the footage in game? Is that what you can do? That's how you can fly around? Because that's very cool. I just got my flying mount in World of Warcraft, and that's so freaking boring. Damn, I love this. So it's very similar to normal mounts. There's like lots of like movability with them. I love it. You're teasing me, guys. You're making me want to buy the expansions and work on a mount. So I presume there's like, because I've seen people on dragons and stuff, so you can unlock multiple mounts. Sky scale, what's that? Let's have a look. Numbers 2 sky scale. Oh. Why is the opera adds like a clicking sound when you type? Who wants this? Oh, Toothless, you're working on Toothless? Awesome, awesome. I think it looks quite cool, not gonna lie. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, so the different flying mounts have different like different types of flying. That's cool. There are 9 mounts altogether. You can unlock them all, and each has a mastery track to further develop their skill. Awesome. So they have like different types of skills as well. Oh, with Sky Skill you can stay in the air. So with this one you can just like fly around, but in the other one you can like hover. That's what you mean? That's awesome. Gamography? What's this? Well, I'm gonna subscribe to this because that looks like my thing. Yeah, that's so pretty. And that's the Heart of Thorns then, yeah. I love this. With some limitations, okay. Each has different utility, that's awesome. Damn, guys, that's pretty. Zuldazar. So they also have Zuldazar. I like Zuldazar. Yeah, boy. That's cool. I like the fact that all of them have different skills and different type of movements. Damn, guys, this is very chilled video. I like it. This looks cool. This looks like something from like Dark Crystal or something. Love it. Or Willow or something like that. Oh, Black Cauldron. That's what it reminds me of the most. And Zuldazar again. I like the look of Zuldazar here. Why are they annoying? I like the look of them. Is it like the like the map we tried to explore last day is like oppressive environment? What do you mean by that? I don't know what I'm looking at here, but it looks cool. It's like a face that's melted. Damn. Damn, boy. It makes me want to play Guild Wars, and I'm just too tired today. Plus I have a gout attack, so not gonna happen tonight. But I want to. Damn. You were selling this expansion to me, but now you're making me not want to play it. Come on, guys. Any other cool videos? Otherwise, we're gonna watch this one. Not this one. This one, because that might be good. Go, Josh Straff Hayes, a freaking legend. Know the guy? Like, he's one of my favorites, like, MMO creators. Octavine. Octavine. Let's see. What's the Octavine? I cannot type. Damn, boy. That's a little bit crazy. Need 4 kind of organized groups to kill a boss. Yeah, definitely not gonna do that then. Because I'm just not good at organizing groups. 100+ players. Yeah, I have a feeling I will not be playing that. Right, let's watch this one because this might be good.
Game you quit playing. Maybe life got hectic and you simply didn't have enough time to keep playing. Maybe you played for a few hours and slowly decided, nope, this isn't for me. Or maybe there was a moment you suddenly and instantly decided, no, I'm not playing this anymore. As a games designer, identifying the quit moment means understanding why players stop playing your game. And it is probably the most important.
Oh, so is it like with the world boss, the one we did, the something terror thing? And the swamp with Shrek? Or there are like 100 people there?
Important aspect of player-based growth and player retention.
Okay,
so let's
makes
examine
sense.
some popular
Makes sense.
quit moments and then discuss what you, as a designer, could do about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Hayes. Your time is valuable, it's finite, and game designers fight to get even a small amount of it. An hour, a day. In the case of
down for that.
MMORPGs, games designed to be played
In that
for
case.
weeks, months, and years, games designers need to give you things to do, reasons to stay. But there is an equal and opposite side of game design, and that is the quit moment. The moment a player decides they no longer want to play your game, and understanding it is probably one of the most important parts of game design. So let's have a look at what you need to consider could be quit moments if you want to make a game.
Before we dive into this
Let's have a
phenomenon,
look.
consider dropping a like on the video or subscribing to the channel for more gaming stuff.
Subscribe and like this dude, he's a legend.
Ring the bell for all the future notifications.
By the way, have you ringed the bell on the YouTube channel? That's a good question, right? Have you all guys ringed the bell? And have you all had all the notifications on for this channel as well, for the Twitch channel?
And, as usual, a massive
have.
thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel going. More on this at the end. For now, let's begin. For your game to succeed, especially an MMORPG, you need to find and then keep players. And every step of the journey
Is Warframe
From
MMORPG?
hearing about it for the first time,
Like, I was thinking about it before. I don't know if it's an MMORPG. Because it's not even like Destiny or anything. Like Destiny, you have open world and players walking around. But Warframe, I don't know. You have like set missions. And Warframe is one of those games which, in theory, I should love. And I love the gameplay of it. But this is where the monetization completely kills me. Because I don't have an ability to look cool without spending money. Or spending like hundreds of hours. And I'm not doing it either, so...
to visiting the shop or the website, paying, installing, downloading, launching, creating an account, or logging in.
See, what I need to do is a game needs to allow me to look fabulous. For me to be wanting to play the game. And I actually did pay for Warframe once in this game because I did really enjoy the game. And I did play a lot of it. But then I realized to unlock another frame, I need to pay more money or spend hundreds and hundreds of hours grinding something. And when I looked up a guide where I had to so to get a Warframe, you need to get like 5 different pieces of gear, and then you combine it together and make a Warframe, which is like the suit, which gives you different powers. So for that, I had to grind specific type of material, which was only done in a end level boss of this one planet. So I had to beat all of the levels, get to the end level boss, which was very difficult, and I had to grind it 60 times. I'm not even joking, like 60 times to get enough material for one piece of equipment. Then another piece of equipment is completely different planet, different end boss. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And the problem is that the gameplay is locked behind this. It's not only the look of the character, it's also the gameplay, and that's really pisses me off. Yeah, $100 or $10, and at the end of the day, if you want to unlock everything, you will pay so much more than like a full price game. If this game was $60, and you could look, I even would pay 70 because it's such a good game gameplay wise, and then you can unlock everything, like in game. Like I don't even say it's like it's for you from the start, but you can unlock it in reasonable time in game. If you just pay $70 for all of it, I would be playing this game, but.
Is a hurdle you as a games designer need to think about, because players now have such an overwhelming choice of games. Anything less than a super smooth journey is going to lose you players. For every single road bump in the entire process, for every second of delay or moment of annoyance, you will lose players. Every minor difficulty is a potential quit moment, and then later gameplay aspects are potential quit moments also. So let's look at the journey of a player and identify the major quit moments. Now, many of you might hear the quit moments I describe and instantly want to argue back, saying, oh, you wouldn't quit, or oh, you could just do X, Y, or Z instead. You could fix the problem. Or how players who quit there are wimps or crybabies. And look, it's not about how well you can handle something. This is a discussion about general player retention. While we analyse these moments, we're leaving our own personal emotions out of it and identifying the problem areas for retention within design. A few days ago, I was trying to download Lord of the Rings Online for an episode of Worst MMO Ever. I downloaded the game from...
Oh my god, he knows my pain. I just realised. Oh.
Steam launched it and it auto-minimized itself. It did not work first try. Now, I have a lot of patience and I'm going to try and fix it, but this right here is a quit moment. If your game doesn't launch instantly and smoothly, there's a lot of players who will simply delete and move on. Now, personally, I re-downloaded from the main website. I did some troubleshooting, I read some forums, reinstalled some Windows frameworks, even downloaded and ran DirectX drivers from June 20...
Oh yes, we've did all of that, guys.
You can, because the game doesn't work with DirectX 12. I ran every executable in these files in various compatibility modes. I spent 5 hours trying to make this work, and it didn't. And that...
That actually, it just gives me flashbacks of last week, guys. That's what I did last week. Or this week, this Wednesday. Because we're still in this week's. Damn, dude. That game, running that game is freaking...
was my quit moment.
Gaben, the guy behind Steam, once said that piracy is not necessarily an issue of price, it's an issue of accessibility and availability. People want to take the path of least resistance to play a game. If they could download a game for free, but they have to go through a complex series of downloading hacks and patches and port forwarding and changing it around, or they could just pay £5 to get the game to work immediately, most people are actually going to pay the £5. People are...
I completely agree with Gabe on this one. Like he did say, like piracy was the issue with the service, not the price. And I 100% like since I got Steam, you know what? I have no issue paying as long as I just click and it works. And what is your first MMO? Okay, Cabal Online. Let's have a look. Cabal Online. That looks very like a classic. I like that. I played a lot of games like this. My first proper MMO had to be Star Wars Online. I think that's the first I really got into, the Star Wars Old Republic. And I played a lot of free games. There was this, I can't find the name of it. It was an isometric game where you just it's kind of like Diablo-ish. I can't remember anything of it except that it looked very old. It was isometric like Diablo 2. That's how it looked like roughly. And whenever you walked around and killed things. I remember some guy, just random guy, gave me an axe because I was being killed constantly. And then when he gave me an axe, I could actually play it properly, which was awesome. Fighter, like, I don't know how did you manage to do that. Are you on Windows 11? Because that's maybe where my issue was. Margon M? Let's have a look. I don't even know about that one. Yeah. Why would I laugh? That looks freaking decent. I like that kind of my kind of game. Oh, you know what could be one of my first? Adventure Quest. Have you guys remembered this one? This was freaking cool. That was a good game. Windows 10. Maybe that's what it was, Viter. I've done it on Windows 11 and I had so much issues. Hellbrief? Hellbrief? Is that Hellbrief MMO? No, it looked even older than that. Yeah, there were tons of MMOs like this. It was hard to say which one it was. A Polish browser game. I never ever... I never ever heard of that one. But again, I didn't grow up amongst Polish kids, so I never heard about any Polish games other than Witcher. Really. And so maybe that's why. But this one, oh yeah, Duffus, yeah. That looks decent. I've seen it before. Adventure Quest was specific, but I liked it. Adventure Quest was funny. There's the Adventure Quest, actually talking about mobile games. Adventure Quest 3D. Didn't that come out on the mobile or something recently? I think it did. I don't know. Too complicated. I get you, my friend, I get you.
Lazy. They don't want to work hard to get the game they want to play to work. If you can provide a product in an easy, simple way...
I might have to listen to the music then, Geronimo. I never really play that one. But
people will pay for that. Players want a smooth experience.
I get nostalgia for music,
every
definitely.
Single issue, every minute problem that a player faces, from the moment they hear about your game to the moment they start playing it, is a potential...
I did watch Josh's video about Adventure Quest 3D. That's why I never really played it.
So let's imagine you've downloaded the game and played, say, a free trial, like Final Fantasy XIV, and now you decide to try and buy the game, to give them money. Well, in Final Fantasy XIV's case, this is far too complicated, with a convoluted...
My god, this dude is literally, like, just triggering me. Like, I have such a flashbacks. Like, first Lord of the Rings, now this.
payment process using websites that look like they were
So
made
agree
in the
with
late 90s. You'll need a Final Fantasy username, but also a Square Enix account, and buying the base game might not include game time, but buying expansions doesn't include the base game, and the time cards are separate. Look, giving Final Fantasy XIV money is a really hard process for an average player. This, right here, another quit moment. I guarantee there are players who stopped playing the game because this system isn't as simple as it could be.
Right. There's some on Guild Wars too.
You're responding saying...
Say people are recognizing Guild Wars 2 superiority.
Well, I figured it out. Great. I'm glad you did. But if you were a games designer, would you actively choose to leave a system in the design, in the live service of the game, that could potentially lose you money? So let's say you...
I mean, Final Fantasy XIV doesn't have to worry about that. They're so popular, they had to stop doing subscription, like allowing people to subscribe, because they just didn't have enough servers. Like, it's the most popular game out there right now, so... they don't have to worry about this, but it's Square Enix. Square Enix is the most incompetent company right now. And lots of people like to point at EA and stuff, but the worst company in gaming right now is Square Enix when it comes to like the big publishers that once were great. Damn. So you went into the club, waited 20 minutes, and when you got in, your subscription ended. Damn, dude. That's mad. That's mad. I want to try this game again, but I'm afraid of like this whole system. How I have to subscribe to it. Is it easier on Steam? Because I do hope it's much easier on Steam. Let's hope. Why would you wait so... Like, what do you do in those clubs that you want to wait that long? Like, I don't know what would make me want to wait that long for something. Yeah, I get that point, actually. Whenever I play... Whenever I play a game a lot, it makes sense to be subscribed. But for example, I'm subscribed to World of Warcraft right now, and I don't know if there's a point. And because it's a club thing, if you send me a link, I shall open it in a different tab, because Final Fantasy 14 I don't trust. But yeah, I wonder what club holds that make it so desirable to go into.
You've downloaded and paid, and now you go to play, and you log in, and you have no idea what to do. That
Yes,
moment of
that's
complete directionless in any game, that overwhelming early game agency with no foundation or framework of what you might, possibly, could, should be doing, that's a quit moment. And it all comes back to the moment of feeling overwhelmed. The reason I'm a fan of tutorials integrated into the early game gameplay experience is because giving early game direction is the best way to teach all relevant mechanics you as a player will need, and then, once the tutorial has done its job simply and effectively, you can release the player into a greater world, knowing they will follow the skills you've given them. Warframe does this relatively well. The opening tutorial is fantastic, and when you're released onto the ship, suddenly the adventure line is dropped.
So, I hope you don't find it as me shaming you, but this is why you line up 1 hour and 1.5 hours for. I'm gonna, it's probably copyrighted. I'm gonna be honest, dude. This looks like complete hell to me. Like, cat girls and cat boys. No, okay, guys, are you actually simping for cat girls and cat boys in an anime RPG? You know, there are websites where you can look at them without being in a queue. Maybe, you know, I never understood clubbing like in real life, so virtual one is even more crazy to me. Damn. Okay. Mormaste, I'm not gonna judge you too harshly, you know. During lockdown we all did things. You know what? I actually don't mind if a game becomes Waifu Simulator, because if it does become Waifu Simulator, what happens? It usually becomes more popular. So there's more players. When there's more players, there's more reason for them to make more content. So all in all, it's not a bad thing long term for anyone. Let's see. Just updating the stream, watching. About. Let's see. Wait, I have no tags. Damn, guys, 2 seconds. All my tags got deleted. Right, here we go. Here we go. I really hate when. Okay, I think it's bad if the main selling point of a game are Well, this is the Japanese game market. Let's be honest. Like 99% of the games coming from Japan are just selling, you know, fan service. Makes sense, Mermaste. Again, I'm not judging, my friend. That helped you. That means it's good. You know what I mean? But I mean, if people come for boobs and then they stay for gameplay, that's good.
And your choices become overwhelming. If you've ever played Path of Exile, you probably had a great early game time, but try to remember how you felt the first time you opened the skill tree. I have friends who straight up told me they...
I remember this. Path of Exile, that's another game I want to try. But I remember this. And you just like open this and you're like, what? What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
When they saw this screen. Now you might love the screen, and that's because the Path of Exile skill system is fantastic. It's an incredibly complicated, remarkably deep, enjoyable system. There's nothing wrong with the system. But if you have players saying they quit when they saw how it was presented, there is definitely something wrong with the introduction to the system.
Now, I'm not saying remove complex systems from games. Not at all. Games need complex systems, and it's interesting and valuable to the end game to have a lot of complexity. What I'm saying is they need to be introduced slowly, in a curated way, to not scare off your early game player. If you, as a game designer, have spent months creating this incredible system, you will have months of understanding of it, and it will probably require months of understanding to fully grasp. If you throw all this information at a new player, you're expecting them to take in months of information in one go. That's overwhelming. You can be proud of your in-depth system, but if you...
Yeah, if the system is too complicated for the devs, it needs to be changed.
Or introduce it far too quickly, don't be surprised if a lot of new players, especially new gamers that have chosen your game as their first foray into gaming, get overwhelmed and leave.
But what if it's all going well so far? You've bought the game fine, it's downloaded and installed fine, it's launched, and the early game is really enjoyable and the learning curve is smooth and you're making constant progress. There's not been any single overwhelming moment yet. Imagine you play for a few hours, you gain some items, gain some power, and then you die to an enemy. If it's an unfair death, as in you were combo stun locked or one hit from off screen or the enemy has millions of times more health than you do, that's a quit moment. It sounds so simple when you say it out loud, but many younger designers forget that balancing your combat encounters to feel challenging while not being unfair is essential. So let's imagine you fight and you lose fairly. You respawn and all of your items and some of your experience is gone. That right there is a major quit moment for a huge amount of players.
Yep.
And I know, I can already see the YouTube comments from old EverQuest or Ultima players screaming about how modern day special Snowflake players aren't able to handle tough deaths or whining about losing items, but just think. The modern MMO player has often matured along with the gaming genre, and many MMO players have jobs, families, and responsibilities outside of the game. And to put it simply, losing progress isn't as appealing as it was back when you were young.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I never liked the idea of just losing progress. If I logged in Guild Wars and our beautiful Char has no items and is level 1, I would be pissed. See, there's a difference with Soul-like games. Soul-like games don't, like, you don't have, like, you don't actually lose any progress because you don't actually have much to lose other than the souls. And you can always farm the souls, so there's no problem. And you always gain, like, experience with Souls games, so it's a little bit different. With MMOs, you know, it's not... Let's be honest, most MMOs are not skill-based when it comes to the gameplays, or not as skill-based as like Soul games. With Soul games, you like, whenever you die from an enemy, you often know why you died. You realize that they have a certain type of pattern. There's a certain type of attack you haven't like seen. There's a certain trap in the environment that you haven't known about. But if in an MMO, I would just log in and it was like my progress would be gone, or I die and I lose all of my weapons, I would be just like, oh, fuck this. Especially if it's like RNG based, what you get. I have tried Lost Ark a little bit. It was hyped up for me by, what's his name? Riker. If you know Riker on YouTube. He does like Diablo games. I'm really into Diablo games, or used to be really into Diablo games, so I was really excited for it for a bit. Plus the MMO. I like the gameplay of it, but then I just didn't have a device to play it on. I played on like on my old PC, which basically it sounds like a plane going off whenever it plays a game. So I haven't really tried properly. It's one of the games I want to try on the new MMO Wednesday. So I'll be up for trying it again. I heard lots of people are annoyed about this game, but there's full of bots. Yeah, I heard that game is monetized to crazy levels, but I mean, it is a Korean game, isn't it? So, are they all like this? Yeah, and the immersion break in that game as well is like you're like, oh, it's a cool fantasy world like Diablo, and then, oh yeah, here we go. Your first mount is a silver surfer board, and your first like cosmetic is like cool pair of glasses. I'm like, dude, aren't I in like a fantasy world? What the hell's happening? I mean, Viter, you just have to get good. I mean, you can play zero deaths, you know. If you're amazing like me, you can play zero deaths. No, but I get what you mean. But I don't believe that it doesn't necessarily require you to die repeatedly. It's not like you play like you fight a boss. It's hard to explain. It's not like you fight a boss and then you die because of some unfair thing he did. It's a very big possibility you can beat the boss on the first try if you're just like aware of the mechanics, or if you are just, you know, or can react fast enough or something. But a lot of it is like just gaining the experience. So at the very end, you know, whenever you like play this game for a while, you feel like a god after a while, because you just like learn how to play it properly. I would recommend Elden Ring, because that game is much easier than other other like soul-like games. But I do have to say they're one of the most satisfying games to play. And I used to play it on stream like very long time ago. I used to stream regularly Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. And damn, that was so good. I'm not gonna lie, it was so good. I get you, Viter. I get you what you mean. Definitely. Yeah, maybe endgame, you're right. That's it.
Time being lost isn't an enjoyable mechanic for a huge amount of players, and it is undoubtedly, whether you personally enjoy it or not, one of the most powerful quit moments in the MMO gameplay experience. I understand there are players who like this type of design. There is a market for a more hardcore, unforgiving experience. We're not discussing which is better. We're looking at identifiable moments in a gaming experience that will lose you players. Imagine playing an online game and suddenly you're attacked by other over-leveled players and killed, and all of your stuff is taken in an unfair, non-consensual moment of PvP. That is a moment a lot of players are going to quit. One major factor MMO designers often forget is time constraints. Yes, the MMO is a genre that can reward multi-hour long playing sessions, but if they are required, players...
Number 1, Guild Wars 2. Did you see that, by the way? I'm just gonna go here.
Moment a lot of players are going to quit. One major factor...
Perfect. Almost that cater to time and limited players.
What designers often forget is time constraints. Yes, the MMO is a genre that can reward multi-hour long playing sessions, but if they are required, players simply won't log in.
Just saying.
If a player only has 30 minutes to play and they think there's no point logging in, that is the potential birth of a future quit moment. I've asked people who play hardcore MMOs about the player base, and they've told me if you don't have several hours free a day, don't play this MMO, and then they wonder why months down the line the game is dying. Your player base need to know.
Yeah, if a game requires me to log in for 5 hours a day, I will not be playing it. Some games that just require logging in every day, really pay me. Elder Scrolls Online, it's number 2 here, but I was trying to do get the rewards every day, and that's paying me a little bit because I didn't want to play this game. I have to every single time I have to go in, log in. Well, like, you know, you don't have to log in, but you have to it has a little patch to update. I could press on it, go into my character, go into the thing to get daily rewards. I'm just like, fuck this. Daily rewards are a scam as well. I don't like.
Even if they only have a short amount of time to
really
play, it is still worth logging in.
I want to go into the game and play when I want. You know, the daily login things. No.
If it isn't, you are sitting on a quit moment time bomb. It might sound like I'm just whining about game design that I don't personally like, but it's actually more objective than that. Identifying the quit moments is essential to maintaining your player base, especially in an MMORPG. The first M is massively, and if you want to have a massive player base, it's about finding why players stop playing. What are the quit moments, and how can you remove them?
An overwhelming starting area with no direction or framework given to a player. an unbalanced PvP experience, a blatant and obtrusive pay-to-win cash shop thrust into your face, awkward or uncustomizable controls or key bindings, public opinion of your company turning bad, individuals linked to the game being revealed to be questionable people, even a lack of players caused by so many previous players quitting. All of these and more are quit moments, and they are what is harming your game. Every single moment the player has any interaction or experience with your game, even if they aren't playing it, even if they're just hearing about it down.
Well, there are a lot of daily activities in Guild Wars 2 as well. So many of that doing them all is full day of gaming. They're not forced on you. Yeah, like the fact that they're not jumping out to me. That's the first thing that opens an Elder Scrolls Online whenever you start the game, and that's like things like this. Like, do make me like it gives that FOMO thing. I was like, I have to log in. This game is telling me every single day I have to log in every single day, and that just diminishes the experience for me and makes me not want to play the game.
For the first time, or if they're playing it for the 1000th hour, has the potential to become a quit moment. You ever heard someone say, I'm not going to play that game because, and then they give a reason? That's a quit moment before they even begin. I'm not playing Eve because it's just spreadsheets in space. I'm not playing the Elder Scrolls Online because I've been told the combat is bad. I'm not playing Final Fantasy XIV because it takes too long to finish. I'm not playing RuneScape because the graphics are old. Quit moments don't just affect your current player base. They actually damage your potential player base too, because they prevent new players joining. So let's imagine a perfect scenario of easy to buy, easy to play, and a feeling of challenge and fair balanced combat and a genuinely fun experience. Then let's say life gets hectic and you don't log in for a few days, or a few weeks, or a few months, and then you return to the game and you can't remember what you're doing, or what your skills or abilities do, or how your
class... Oh my god, this is absolutely me. It's absolutely me with like JRPGs. I have started so many JRPGs so many times. Persona 5, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm not gonna lie, every like 4 months I restarted. I want to play it, and I played one point I got quite far into it, but I always forget how to play it, and I'm just like, no, I have to. Yeah, it's literally that's the first thing that come up with Elder Scrolls Online. It's like a mobile game. It feels like the way they do it. It's just like, here we go, log in, like daily bonus thing. Yeah, so I missed some of the awards, for example, in Elder Scrolls Online because I just didn't log in for a day and stuff, and it just annoyed me because the calendar wasn't full. Ah, it's so annoying.
Place. That moment right there is a quit moment felt by a returning player. I want you to remember the last time you tried to return to an RPG, whether that's an online MMO or an offline single.
By the way, Witcher does it the best with like the little skip. That's probably what he's going to be talking about, but it has that little like animation every time you load the game. It's like, this is what happened previously, and you're like, oh, I remember now. I don't have to restart the whole game. I really appreciate that.
And you logged into an old character or an old save, and you just didn't remember what you were doing. So you run around the familiar world with the familiar looking UI and the familiar sounding music, but the actual experience feels so unfamiliar. Like you're an observer watching an avatar explore, instead of a player being engaged and exploring with your avatar. Have you ever returned to a game you've left for a while and felt a heavy distance between you and the screen? Like you're watching a stranger in a strange land instead of your character in your game. That feeling is one of the slowest, most creeping quit moments you can have. The moment you realise the emotion's gone and you're playing because of familiarity and sunk cost. If life got hectic and you return to your favourite game only to...
this game looks good. Like Neverwinter, like I like just the look of it. We really need to try this one.
Something's not the same. That is the overwhelming moment we talked about earlier. That feeling of, where am I? What am I doing? How do my skills work again? This is how new players feel being greeted by too much too soon. Now imagine people feeling that as they log on for the first time. That empty feeling of loneliness when you return to an old RPG because you just cannot understand or remember what you need to do. That's how overwhelmed players feel. That's why people quit. Oh, quick side note about returning to...
Like, I don't mind crappy animations.
Old classic games. I'll be launching a new channel called Josh Strife Plays, where I review and critique old video games.
I had to watch that channel. I never watched it.
To now. Imagine it just like this channel for reviews, but with all types of genres and not just MMOs. Link in the description if that's something you'd be interested in.
I spent 5 hours trying to make Lord of the Rings Online work, and I couldn't. That's definitely a quit moment for some people. When I returned to Neverwinter, a game I've loved for many, many years, I discovered that I'm no longer powerful. All of my stats have been reset and all my equipment is worthless. That's definitely a quit moment for a returning player. If I were to play Path of Exile the moment I see the skill tree, I personally like the idea of theory crafting the best, but I'm completely aware that is a quit moment for a vast majority of players. It's not about removing these systems. It's not about only adding things in I like. It's about finding a way to introduce the systems in your game that
100%
maintain
agree.
and retain the maximum amount of players.
Legend.
If you're making a game or you're interested in game design, identify the quit moment. Find the reason players stop or don't continue when they try to return. Then ask yourself why. Figure out how to change the design to remove the quit moment. The more quit moments.
The same with books, definitely, 100%. Yeah, if you like taking a break and return like month later, yeah, you have no clue what's happening. According to Guild Wars 2 Efficiency, a very handy website, I need to check it out. There are 326 things considered as daily achievements. Okay, but the fact is that I never have been like shown this. Makes it not a predatory thing. It makes it an optional thing for people who do play daily, who like play all the time on this game, and they're just, they just want something extra to do. And at that point, it's no longer a hindrance; it is a feature. So I'm absolutely okay with that.
Moments you can remove, from purchase to install to account creation to gameplay, the longer your player base will grow and thrive. The healthiest, most successful long-term games don't necessarily have the best gameplay or the best mechanics or even the best graphics. They simply have the fewest quit moments. But what do you think?
I do agree.
What made you quit a game last? What needs to change about your favourite game to stop new players quitting before they get a chance?
What made me quit the game last? Trying to think. So I don't play as many games anymore. I kind of focus now on Guild Wars. I was playing World of Warcraft beforehand. But what made me really quit the game, it was Elder Scrolls Online. I think it was one of the most recent ones when I just completely quit that, because I found out that I realized that most of my game time was spent logging in just for that daily task. Then when I actually log in to play, I spent, other than 2 hours I was playing, I spent an hour walking around trying to find where I'm supposed to go. Because, it annoys me and confuses me in Guild Wars, wherever it shows you the little green mark, but it actually shows you the exit of the map. It's even more confusing in Elder Scrolls Online, because it shows you entries to cities. For some odd reasons, and it's just there was a point where I was just doing circles, because it just keep showing the wrong place. So that's the last one I really quit. There's also was few new games that I bought, Harvestella, which people familiar to my channel know I hate that game. That game, it was just so bad. I can't even explain how bad that game was. I made a little short about this. I wanted to do for a review, but I couldn't, because it was such a freaking terrible game. Oh my god.
To become old players. Leave a comment down below.
Harvestella, made by my least favorite company right now, Square Enix. You just have to realize, if you're following anything I do, I'll be moaning about The Hobbit and the Square Enix almost daily. Almost every single time. I hate Square Enix. And Harvestella is one of the reasons why I hate them. That game had so much potential. It should be Final Fantasy meets Stardew Valley. But instead what it was a very crappy RPG with mediocre story, with horrible mechanics when it comes to actually farming and stuff, with very mediocre fighting mechanics, which are just not fun or interesting, and it was just painful to play that. I'm not gonna change your mind, Marmiaste, because I have never played that game. It probably is. It probably is great. I like triangle strategy, and I like Disgaea, whatever you call this. So I probably would love Final Fantasy. And best Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VIII, by the way. So you are wrong, but I accept it.
Thank you for watching. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon.
Is it 8? Am I thinking of the right one? Let's have a look. Yes, this is the best Final Fantasy. That's a great start to the series, but because it is the best one. I love this game. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to be honest though, I haven't beaten this game because, as with all JRPGs, I left it for a bit and then I came back to it. But recently, I'm really yearning to play this again. I played a lot of it though, and it's so good. Yeah, JRPGs are very, very grindy. However, a lot of those old games have a very a very good feature of like a, what you call it, like a lot of new features that help the quality of life features. That's what it is. Like they you can like speed up whenever you walk. You can turn off random encounters. You can do other stuff. There's like different difficulty modes. So it's getting more accessible, but JRPGs can be very grindy. That's true. I never played those ones. GRX. I never played X or X2 or the other one. With Final Fantasy, I played 7 a bit. I'm not a huge fan of 7, I'm going to be honest. The remake was cool, but I don't know. I wasn't really super big fan of 7. What else? I played the first, the Final Fantasy 3, is it? No, it's not. No, I played Final Fantasy 6. This one I played. I played 6. This one was good. Oh, and I played 14 and 13 I played. Oh, no, 14. Was it 14? Yeah, 14 and 15 I played. I played this one. This one's good. Like, finals... Like, it is a cool game conceptually, but I just think that 8 is just so much better. Like the setting is better. I think he's cooler. I like him in the in Kingdom Hearts as well, so I might be a little biased as well, but it is a good game. I don't know why people hate it so much. People are weirdos, let's be honest. They hate good games. Good games. Yeah, Final Fantasy 8 is amazing. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. She doesn't want to talk to me. Hey Siri. Nah, she was like, you know what? You're doing something weird. I'm not gonna be talking to you. Because I'm gonna put a reminder to download Final Fantasy 7. 8. Let's see. I still have freaking Persona 3 to play. I never played that one. Oh god, so many games. But Final Fantasy 8 is so good. I really do recommend this. I have it on Switch. Love it. Amazing game. I would love to have this as a collector's of this one, like the old one. And I would love to have a Gunblade. Gunblade is so cool. Gunblade is so much better than whatever this thing is. And it's just so absurdly edgy. And I just appreciate it. You know? Absolutely appreciate it. But yeah, I think we have watched all we could. Don't know if there's anything else we can watch today. We have a time for a very short one, but I don't think there's anything. I don't have anything else lined up, sadly. POF. Am I being a little bit? Am I being a little bit slow? Oh. Yeah, I'm being slow. I'm sorry. Beauty of P. Was it? Not Poland. There's no beauty of Poland. Don't be silly. This one? That's how we look. I like this shattered like a pyramid. It's cool. That's interesting. You know what that reminds me of? Have any of you guys played Serious Sam? This could be a Serious Sam map. Damn, that game was good. You guys had Doom, I had Serious Sam. Damn, that was a freaking good game. But that really reminds me of it. Is it a very significant update to graphics? It looks the same to me. Wasn't it? Like, it was such a good game as well. Oh my god. But definitely, Serious Sam was like a free tour to Egypt. They have actually made a remake of it, which is very surprising. It looks very good. I like this. But you guys are bastards because now I want to play this game. That's the thing. I loved videos like this, but they just make me want to play the game. But yeah, I like this. This looks cool. That's the guy that you guys love. You simp for this dude. I like this place. It definitely does. It's like the One Ring. It just calls to me. Tempts me. Oh. Doom. Awesome. That looks quite cool. I like that kind of setting. Like the celestial kind of like drawings and stuff. That looks like the place from Indiana Jones. Petra? Okay. Does that do it again? Kim Jong-joko. Oh, that's cool. That is a cool place. I'm actually genuinely digging this. Yeah, Mordor is looking good. Like this, I do like this. There. She looks cool. Floating cities, what? That's kind of cool. I like that. He even has like a scarf thing on his. Yeah, like the videos never can never give you the actual feeling. But I like this. I like this. But yeah, guys, I think I will be slowly retiring to bed. I can imagine floating palaces to be quite hard to get to. But you guys, I will be retiring. So what we're going to be doing next week is I work from 12, so streams either be in the morning or quite late. Though the Wednesday stream for a new MMO, which we're going to be play Black Desert Online, will be at the normal time, hopefully. Other than that, guys, I'm affiliate now, so we gonna have custom custom emotes. Unfortunately, I can't give it for free subscribers. It doesn't allow me to. It's not a feature. There's a feature they're going to implement. Once they implement it, I'll add all of them there. But there will be, now we have subscribers, like goals and stuff. You can become Legionnaire if you want. And Centurion. Indeed, you can. So that's something exciting. That's what I call the subscriber goals, whatever they are. I don't know. Also, I will be doing a scripted video this week. So tomorrow there might not be a stream because I'm going to be working on the emotes and on the scripted video. So be excited about that. It is talking about Guild Wars, so I think you should be happy with that. And Georex, love you, my friend. Thank you for ringing the bell. I love that little emote. Yeah, if not live, it will be catch up on YouTube. So what will happen is, anything I stream, I will always cut up and go on YouTube. But now I have a restriction, so I have to wait 24 hours before I put it up. So that's why I'm not multi-streaming today. Yeah, freaking corporations being greedy. That's what's happening, you know. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It was fun watching videos with you and having a wee chat. Your homework is to play Final Fantasy VIII, and yeah, that's it. I shall see you guys on the next one. See ya. Bye.